Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video I'm going to be doing another London Marathon training update. So this week I am going to be recapping week 4 of my training, as it seems to be the regular appearance. I've got Gia in the background here, so she is probably going to be moving about, and apologies for the light that's here. I'm sat in the conservatory and it's just at that time of the day where the sun is coming in. So we're going to be recapping week 4 of London Marathon training. This week, or last week should I say, it went really well actually. Despite the heat, I do feel like I am getting used to the heat, I guess. And the runs are not as hard, and there's just some overall things that I'll talk about throughout the week as I recap my runs that have been really good this week. So I guess I'll get straight into it so that I don't end up having this way too long. She's gonna just look the whole time. As soon as I start talking, she thinks I'm talking to her. Right, so my breakdown for this week was a 4-mile run, a 4-mile run, a 3-mile run, and then a 12-mile run. So that's what I did this week. I did all 4 runs for this week. I'm really happy with my consistency throughout the training plan so far. I know I'm only in week 4, but the fact that I've been this consistent so far is a good sign, so hopefully that continues as I go on. So we will recap. As always, I will leave a screenshot. It'll either be here or here, depending on, I don't know which side it goes to when I edit, but I'll show my Strava screenshot so you can see a breakdown of it. So if I go to Strava, to my first run for this week, bear with me a second. So week 4, run 1, I did 4 miles in a pace of 13:03 and a time of 52:17. I just need to refer to my notes. For this run, I ran the entire way without stopping, the whole 4 miles. It's been a long time since I've done that, so I really feel like the consistency is paying off and my fitness and stuff like that is improving. Wasn't so sure whether it would just be a fluke or whether it would continue and I would then be able to just run 4 miles without stopping every single time. I wasn't sure, but I was really happy with how that run went overall. And like I said, it's been probably years since I've run 4 miles non-stop, because I've been so used to like stopping for a walk break like 1 or 2 miles in, so I've really been stuck in a rut with that lately. So to break that barrier was really important for me, and yeah, it was just a big milestone for me to do. So I was really happy with that, especially considering how warm it was as well. I'm surprised I ran the whole thing without stopping. Then run 2 for the week, I did another 4 miles. I'm just going to swap back to Strava because I'm swapping between my notes and Strava. So week 4, run 2, I did 4 miles in a pace of 13:40 and a time of 54:45. That was very hot. I remember it being very hot and humid, and my legs felt super heavy because I'd done a 4-mile run the previous day. I didn't really have that sort of rest day that I'd usually have in between, so my legs were very heavy for that run. It didn't go as well as the run before, obviously because I'd not had much rest in between, and I barely made it to 2 miles just because of the heat and the heavy legs. So I stopped after about 2 miles and then ran walks from that. So at that point in the week, I sort of thought it was a fluke that I'd ran the 4 miles continuous, and I didn't think I was going to get it again for quite a long time. So it was a bit of a downer for that one, but I wasn't gonna let it affect me too much, and I was just gonna see how my runs went for the rest of the week. Then my run 3 for last week was 3 miles. That was another really good run. Let me just get my Strava breakdown stats so I can tell you what they were. So run 3 was a distance of 3 miles, a pace of 12:52 and a time of 38:44. So obviously my pace has come down by almost a minute from my previous run, and if I refer to my notes, I've put that it was another great run. It was a bit cooler out, so I managed to run the whole 3 miles without stopping. So obviously that consistency is yeah, like I said, that consistency is there, it's building up, and I was able to get another non-stop run. So I was really, really happy about that, and it just goes to show that with the consistency and with the sort of dedication to the training, things are paying off, and I can see the sort of improvements with my running and things like that, so I'm really happy with how things are going. Then we'll move on to run 4. So it was a 12-mile run. As with every week that I do my long runs, I did have some like self-doubt going into it. I think I remember pottering about for quite a bit of the morning, and I was worried about going to the toilet despite taking the Imodium and stuff like that. Philip was feeling the same. I think we were both just very nervous about the long runs sort of ramping up. Philip's got a whole host of his own issues, but I think like the nervous energy between the two of us was like playing on us, I guess, and I kept going to the toilet a lot that morning before we set off. I did want to head out earlier than I did because obviously I knew that it was going to warm up on that Sunday, and it was quite hot on that Sunday, but I didn't manage to get out as early as I wanted to, but early enough to sort of miss most of the heat. So let me just go to Strava so I can recap what I did there. So I did 12 miles. I did that in a pace of 13:45 and a time of 2:45:10. So 2 hours, 45 minutes and 10 seconds. It is quite a long time that I'm out for now because obviously I've got quite a slow pace, but I'm just sort of going with it and getting the distance done. I will obviously show my split breakdown as well. As you will see, for like the first 8 or so miles, I had quite a difference between the last 4 miles of my run, and if I refer to my notes, and I know exactly what it's going to be, I managed to run 8 miles without stopping, so I was absolutely pumped with that, considering the last sort of non-stop run that I did was 4 miles. The fact that I've managed to add another 4 miles onto that for my long run was just insane. I don't know where it came from, but I will take it nonetheless. I'm very, very happy with that. Overall, it was a really good run. I'm just reading my notes. So great run for the most part until the end. So after the 8 mile point, as soon as I've stopped, I get to that point where my legs just want to keep stopping. So I just walked the rest of the run. I wasn't able to do like another 4 miles without stopping. I did have to keep walking from that point. I did start to get a niggle in my shin from, I think it was about 10 miles. It was like not directly on the front of my shin, but like from my shin going to the outside edge, right in the middle. So I was a little bit concerned by that, but I just sort of pushed through it to the end. The pain in the shin did last a couple of days after that, which obviously was concerning for me because I didn't know whether that was going to last into my next run or anything like that. I just figured with the sort of heat wave and stuff like that, I wasn't going to be running anyway, so it was like optimum time for me to get that recovery in rather than keep running on a niggle. So yeah, the fact that it's gone now, I'm pleased about. I did do another run today. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I did do another run today and I didn't feel the niggle. So we will see how my long run goes this weekend. I'm hoping that it doesn't come back, but I guess we'll see what happens. And it might be that I have to see a physio or something like that for it. I'm not sure. We'll just have to play that by ear. I did fuel on jelly babies for that run, so I think I took 2 lots of 6 jelly babies out. I think when I read it online, jelly babies counts for about 30 grams of carbs, which is like a gel. So I took that at I think it was the hour mark and the 2 hour mark, and obviously if I was out for more than every hour, I take 6 jelly babies, which seems to work out quite well. Didn't really have too much soreness in my legs overall after the 12-mile run. Not really surprising given the fact that I'm taking Corans and that's been working really well for me. I do think the Corans gives me that sort of boost throughout my run as well, which is a bonus of taking Corans anyway. If you've sort of had a look at the website, I know I've mentioned Corans before, but this is one of the benefits, that it sort of gives you that added boost during your run, and I really do think that that's working really well for me with me taking it consistently with my training runs. So yeah, not much else to sort of report for that. I guess other than the fact that I mentioned this in my last video, I'm really struggling for routes now because I keep getting the reminder from people to not go too remote with my runs, and obviously because I'm getting up so early in the morning to avoid the heat with my long runs, I can't really run anywhere sort of outside Stamford without going really remote. So I'm having to stay within Stamford, which, yeah, I've done the same route other than sort of like additional miles. I've run the same route the last 2 weeks and then added on loops to sort of make up the extra mileage that I need to do, which I guess may be my strategy again for this week, and then just adding on again those extra 2 miles at the end of the run compared to last week's route. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do for that. I don't want to head out later in the day where there's more people, because obviously then it's warmer and it makes things a bit more difficult. But yeah, I'm just going to have to see how things go with sort of sticking to the same route and then adding little bits on here and there. But overall, I am very, very, very happy with how things have gone last week with the sort of continuous runs that I was doing. The 8 miles just really shocked me, and like I said, I'm not sure where it came from, but I will take it. And I guess it's just, yeah, it's showing that things are improving. Even though my pace isn't really coming down that much, I am happy with the continuous runs, because otherwise, if I kept run walking, my pace would be even slower. So the fact that I'm able to do more mileage without stopping is a winner for me. So overall, really, really happy with how things are going. I don't think I have anything. Oh yes, I do have something additional to add. I did have more chafing. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's the extra weight that I'm not used to compared to when I was running long distances in the past. I think obviously because I've been doing shorter distances for a very long time, I don't think I've got to that point with the stuff that I've been wearing to get to the point of chafing. And obviously because we're in like the midst of, I don't know whether it's classed as summer at the moment, but obviously because it's quite hot and humid, obviously I'm more sweaty than usual, and I'm just finding that I'm just trying to find my way with the chafing at the moment. I've not had any more sort of round my sides where my shorts are. I think that's changed since I changed my shorts. But this time the chafing was on my butt, at the bottom of my butt cheeks. I wore underwear, which is usually pretty good for me. And they have a little back seam where the gusset is. I spoke to Underwear this week because I'd mentioned it on my stories that I was looking for an alternate pair of underwear to wear, because obviously underwear wasn't working for me, and I think we sort of agreed that we would try the next size up in the underwear to see whether that makes a difference. So I am going to try that. I've got a pair that Underwear kindly sent to me, so thank you to Underwear if they ever watch this. I'm not sure whether they will, but I do have the next size up in the underwear just to see whether that makes a difference. And they were an older pair as well, so I think that the seams on the underwear themselves has changed in the newer version of the underwear. So I guess I'll see how that goes this weekend, and hopefully I don't have any issues with that, because I got back from my long run. I did feel it while I was on my long run, and I tried to adjust it to not make it any worse, but obviously when I got back to the house and I went to take off all my clothes for a shower, I had blood stains on the back of my shorts where the seams from the back of the underwear had rubbed the sort of bottom of my butt cheeks. So that was great. I then had to try and get the stains out of my shorts. Thankfully, I've got quite printed shorts anyway, so they didn't show on the outside, but obviously on the inside of the shorts it's just like a plain white, so I had to try and get rid of that. I'm hoping that that doesn't happen this week, because I don't really want to ruin my shorts that I've just bought. But we will see how it goes. Hopefully the next size up has worked and I will be able to continue wearing underwear, and I'll just buy some more pairs. So I guess I will keep you updated on that next week when I do my update for week 5. But other than that, I literally don't have anything else to sort of update for the runs. As always, at the end of the video, I'd like to mention that I am fundraising for Crohn's and colitis. Anything that you can give at all would be very helpful, and I would be very thankful if you donated to the cause. I will leave a card up here if you are interested in finding out about why I'm raising money for Crohn's and colitis. Long story short, my dad suffers with Crohn's disease, so it's a charity very near and dear to my heart. So any money that I can raise towards the charity is, it's a very important cause to me. So if you can donate anything at all, then I will leave my fundraising link down below. But other than that, I'm going to end the video here because I don't have anything else to say. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below and be notified of when my videos go live. Other than that, hope you're all staying safe and well. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.